You know, in the world of tech, we hear it all the time, right? Being first is everything. First to market, first to innovate, first to win. But with this current AI gold rush, we're starting to see a very different story play out. What if being first isn't an advantage at all? What if it's actually a trap? Well, that's what we're talking about today, the Cheetah's curse.
So that's the big question, isn't it? It's at the very heart of every strategy for every startup and every tech giant out there. Do you sprint ahead of the pack and risk completely burning out? Or do you wait for somebody else to clear the path? And look, this isn't just some theoretical debate. It is happening in real time, right now, and the stakes have never been higher.
To really get our heads around this, we're going to use an analogy I call the cheetah's curse. Just picture a cheetah, fastest land animal on Earth, right? It uses this immense, explosive amount of energy to hunt down its prey. But after the kill, it's totally exhausted, it's vulnerable. And that's the exact moment the slower, more powerful predators, the lions, the hyenas, show up to just steal the prize. The cheetah did all the hard work, but the followers are the ones who get the meal.
So how does this whole predator-prey dynamic apply to the world of artificial intelligence? Well, it turns out we have a perfect cheetah in this story, and you can be sure the lions are circling.
And this is where you can see the two strategies laid bare. On one side, you have OpenAI, our cheetah. They moved at an absolutely incredible speed, pouring billions into R&D to create the breakthrough we all know as ChatGPT. It was a classic high-risk, high-cost sprint. And on the other side, you've got the tech giants, the lions, like Google and Amazon. They watched, they learned, and now they're entering the race with a much more sustainable pace, way lower R&D costs, and a much clearer view of what the market actually wants.
And this, right here, just brilliantly illustrates the core issue. Think about it. OpenAI didn't just have to build the technology. They had to educate the entire world on what a large language model even is and why anyone should care. They spent billions carving a path through the jungle. And now? Well, now everyone else gets to just stroll down a freshly paved, 4-lane highway that was built on OpenAI's investment.
Now, if this whole dynamic feels a little familiar to you, it really should. The cheetah's curse is not a new phenomenon. In fact, tech history is pretty much a graveyard of pioneers who are outrun by their followers. The pattern is surprisingly consistent. Remember Alta Vista? They were the original king of search. But then Google came along with a better, cleaner model and, well, you know the rest. Or BlackBerry. They created the entire smartphone market, making mobile email a must-have. Then the iPhone arrived, and it wasn't just a tool for work, it was a computer for your entire life. And of course, there's MySpace. It literally built the social media landscape, only for Facebook to come in, refine the whole experience, and completely take over the world. The pattern here it's undeniable.
So here's the crucial takeaway. This quote just nails it. Being first proves that something is possible. It creates the category. But it does not guarantee you'll be the one to own that category in the long run. Success so often goes to the one who learns from the pioneer's mistakes and builds a better, more sustainable business right on top of their groundbreaking work. But why? Why does this happen over and over and over again? It's not just a string of bad luck. There's a really powerful economic force at play here that turns these revolutionary breakthroughs into, well, everyday tools.
I mean, every truly game-changing technology, from the printing press all the way to the internet, follows the same path. It starts out as something that feels like magic. It's expensive, it's rare, but over time, it becomes common, it gets cheap, and it becomes accessible to pretty much everyone. It becomes a commodity, kind of like electricity or Wi-Fi. And this is exactly what's happening to AI right now.
So let's break this cycle down. First, you get the breakthrough. A pioneer like OpenAI spends billions creating GPT-4. Second, you get rapid replication. Competitors, the open source community, they all jump in, they learn, they copy, and they create models that are almost as good but for a fraction of the cost. And that leads to step 3, the price and feature war. We are deep in this phase right now. Companies aren't just competing on model quality anymore, they're competing on speed, on cost per token, on niche features. And just like that, the pioneer's massive lead starts to shrink.
Okay, so we've seen the pattern, and we know the reason why it happens. That brings us to maybe the most important question of all. What does this mean for the future of the AI hunt?
Well, it means the ground is shifting right under our feet. The core AI technology is quickly becoming a basic utility that any smart business can get access to or even build themselves. The real lasting advantage isn't going to come from having the absolute best model. It's going to come from using these models in the most creative and effective ways. The winners won't be the ones who build the best engine, they'll be the ones who build the best car around that engine.
So as we all watch this incredible race unfold, the question you have to ask yourself is this: who has the winning strategy? The cheetah that sprints out of the gate, changes the world, but risks complete exhaustion? Or the patient lion that conserves its energy, learns from the hunt, and is built for the long game? So in the end, who are you betting on? The sprinter or the marathon runner?